Hello, Serge here from the Backyard Driving Range. Have a question here from Eric Crockett, and Eric says, "Hi Serge, when I watch your videos, your swing plane is very smooth with no apparent change of angle. Also, when you demonstrate your swing in your backyard, you're hitting towards the camera. The club shaft is almost never vertical at the top of your swing, i.e. it's at 1 o'clock going by the tree behind you. However, the description of the peak performance golf swing in your instruction manual is to take the club shaft back to the toe line and then up the tree to 12 o'clock. To me, this indicates a two-part backswing with change of angle in the swing plane halfway through. Can you please clarify?" Okay, first off, let's talk about how I determine 12 o'clock. And it all based on where the clock is important. All right? If you're going by the tree over there, and you're looking at a watch or a clock on that tree, and 12 o'clock is in the center of the tree. So in other words, if I had a clock pinned to that tree right now, and 12 o'clock would be straight up and down, 12 to 6, 1 o'clock would naturally be on the from where I'm looking facing the camera, the right side of the tree. That would be 1 o'clock over there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 coming around from this side, then 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 going to that side. So if I'm facing this way and my club goes, say, to about 1 o'clock, that's not the way that I'm looking at it for determining 12 o'clock as far as the top of the backswing goes. If I'm doing 12 o'clock for the top of the backswing, think about that same clock on the tree now. Where is it? It's at 12 o'clock. It's light. But from this view, that's a perfect three-quarter swing, but it has no relationship to 12 o'clock as far as light club goes. The only view for a light club is the watch has to be either directly behind it or directly in front of it, depending on how you want to look at the club. But to see 12, see, that would be 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. You follow me? In that case, with the clock up there, it'd really be about, on that side of me, it would be really 11, 10, 9 o'clock going down this way, okay? So depends on which side of the body the clock is on. But when I deal in 12 o'clock vertical, it's always from behind the line, looking at the club up here. If I let go, it drops straight down. That's a perfect three-quarter swing, getting up to about 1 based on the clock back there on the pole. But let's get in there and really answer your question. Swinging a rock on a string is centrifugal force. It's a perfect circle. The thing is, the human being, when we stand beside the ball, we are swinging in an arc, not a perfect circle. It's more of an oval, almost like maybe an egg lying on the side. All right, but it's going to be, I always would like the egg the wider part of the bottom of the egg would be to come up a little bit faster, almost so to speak like going up a ski slope. Where they in the Olympics, you know, where they stand there and they sit on that thing and they go down the seats like this, and when they get to the end they jump up, the ski jumping, I guess. I'd like it to be going up that faster. So when I take the club back and say the catcher's mitt right here is my bag, once I get into the catcher's mitt, if I came into the mitt, boom, and then boom, that would be a two-piece move, which would be like I like to call it, if I got in here and sort of squared it off, that would be a two-piece move. But from the very second that I start my takeaway and I'm going this way, that club is just going up. It's the same thing as if I stand here to skip a rock, my arm just goes up in a nice circular motion. Again, nobody skips a rock or nobody throws a side-on baseball or skips a rock on a lake or a side-on baseball by doing what? That would be a two-piece move, because I kind of came straight back and then sort of straight up and almost squared it off. All right? This is going to maintain and be a completely pure, smooth lift. And we want a very good lift, just like lifting your arms up like this, just like to lift all the way to the top to skip a rock. Straight up, quite vertical. We're not trying to overextend. We just lift up what's the natural extension of our arms. To try to overextend and get maximum width like a lot of people teach, what does that do? It starts pulling because your arms are connected to your shoulders. It starts pulling your shoulders, which starts pulling your spine, your whole torso off the ball. We want to stay put. That's how I can keep my head so perfectly still, because I don't overstretch. And normally if you overstretch, especially if you start overstretching, taking away low, you're not only going to pull yourself down, and you're going to pull yourself backwards. So I just stand here and I just lift my arms straight up and go for it. And stay put and hit it. And that's how I keep my head and my spine so still, because I'm lifting straight up, just like as if I'm standing here, going right there, boom, that's where it is, and then I swing it straight up normally on that side. I never try to overextend the width of my arms, because if I try to overextend them, because they're connected in the shoulders, it's going to pull me off the ball one way or the other. And I want to stay put. I want to keep my spine still. I want to keep my head steady, swinging a rock on a string. If this goes any up or down or sideways, up, down, sideways, or both, it's going to change how I'm going to impact the ball. I go down and stay down too much, I chunk it. I go down and come out of it, I can start thinning it and everything in between. So we have to stay still. So I just lift both hands up. Now both of my hands, especially my right hand, my lower hand, is really lifting up so that I can get up here and get the club somewhere up here in my position, which would be just about and above my ear. So I just stand in. The second I start, the club is rotating, lift, and bang, bullseye. All right, so it's a smooth, rounded piece. It's not squared off. Squared off's two-piece, but smooth, rounded, just lifting it straight to the top and then swinging straight up to my finish. The head stays still and you hit the bullseye. That's it for the search for today on a smooth one-piece takeaway. And with that, I'll be talking to you all again soon.